This is an electronic scoreboard for Youngtown Football Oval. Generally, after you've turned the power on, which is underneath the bench which was in the previous video, the screen will come up with all zeros and that'll let you know that the power's on. To do any type of setup, we need to use the setup button, which is our main setup and OK button. The arrows generally moves the cursor around or makes a selection as the processes we go through. The siren button doesn't actually work, and there's only use the reset button at the end of a game to reset everything back to these zeros. Okay, to set the actual panel up, you push the setup screen. With the setup button pushed, you see a display clock quarter total. If you want to change that, you can push the buttons up so it says quarter time. We always use the quarter total. Hopefully it goes, there's back to quarter total. Once you're happy whatever of the displays say, you just push the setup button. So this is mode up, down. We always use the mode up, so I'm happy with that setup, so I just push the setup button. See, there's the counter, it's telling me it's up. If I wanted it down, I can just go down, but as I said, we always use up. Push the setup button. Set the quarter time. At the moment it's sitting at 20 minutes, for which is the under 18s length. If you need to go to, say, the reserves, you just move the time up. And that'll be set for a reserves game. I'll put it back down to 20 because that's what we're going to be needing first. So once I'm happy with the time, I push the setup button. Set the quarters to 4, yes, that's what we have. Team names, yes, that means I want team names to actually display on the scoreboard. So set up again. Team A, which is always South here when South is playing, where the cursor's flashing, it doesn't actually show up on the screen for the first one, so I move the cursor across with the cross arrow. Now to actually get the names going, you just push up each button. So I'm pushing the up button until I get to S. I'm moving it across, went too far, come back one. So you can always correct your mistakes. So I just keep moving along. Until I've actually got South. At worst luck it doesn't work if you just keep your finger down the whole time. You actually have to do push. As I said, if you've made a mistake, all you have to do is lower down the down button and that'll go down for you. Once you're actually happy with the word that you have there, which once you've moved the gap over, you have 6 characters to play with. Once I'm happy with South, I just push the setup button. That takes me to Team B. If Team B has 7 characters in the name, you can just start typing, but if you want to make it look nice and even on the board, you'd move it across one and we'll just put in another local team. So as you see, all I'm doing is pushing the button to the character and moving across. Oops, gone too far. The quicker you can push your finger, the quicker you get to your character. There's North. I'm happy with North. I'll push the setup button. That has now transferred everything to the scoreboard. So it has South on Team A, North for Team B, and if I wanted the game to start, all I have to do is push the run button and that'll actually start the clock. The sequence that I normally do on game day is I normally go up, watch the umpire, start our side clock, because that'll send up a reminder for me that the siren's about to go. I watch the umpire, I push the button down, that'll blow the siren. I turn it off. When the umpire throws the ball up, I push the run button. And that will actually start. As you can see, the clock has started running. And that's the demonstration on how to set up the main panel up Youngtown Football Oval. Thank you.